Do you see 1111 at times or all the time and are not sure why or what it means? Here are several things it can mean. It just depends on you. What is the meaning of 1111? There's actually a global 1111 phenomenon that is perplexing many individuals in regard to numerical synchronicities, and in particular, the number and the meaning behind 1111, from teenagers to senior citizens. These synchronistic numbers seem to appear on a daily basis. What does 1111 mean? I see it all the time, everywhere. For example, you might be putting gas in your car, and when you're all done, you'll notice that you put exactly 11.11 gallons in your car. Or you might be at the checkout line in a store, and the cashier gives you back $11.11 in change. As you're going home, you might notice a license plate with the numbers 1111 on it. This happens most often when looking at the clock. We've all seemingly had this experience. You just happen to look up in the clock and it says 1111. And it's not like you're consistently waiting for this magical number to appear. It just does. From an esoteric standpoint, 1111 appears to be something that is genetically coded within our junk DNA as a cue to spiritually awaken. What does 1111 mean? 1111 is subjective to the interpreter and the interpretation. In other words, your interpretation is the only interpretation that matters. Here are many interpretations of the 1111. Awareness. The first thing you should pay attention to when you see synchronistic numbers is what you were either doing or thinking at that particular moment. You should also be cognizant of your surroundings, such as the song that you are listening to, or even something as simple as the rays of sunshine coming in through your window and hitting you in your face. The 1111 gateway or portal is the doorway between two worlds, between the third dimensional and the fifth dimensional worlds. Angelic humans. According to George Bernard, 1111 is the calling card for beings that are half angels and half human. Ooh. Angels and spirit guides. Your guardian angel or spirit guide is trying to connect with you. Balance. Your life is either gaining or becoming more in balance when you see 1111. This might also be an affirmation that your life is in complete balance as well. Binary code. The brain is like a computer, which relies on binary codes 1 through 0. In this premise, 1111 is the binary code that awakens your dormant junk DNA. Digital time codes. This theory encapsulates several theories within the same premise. 1111 unlocks your DNA and opens the subconscious mind through physically seeing these digital numbers and remembering why your brain was coded to remember the importance of the 1111. DNA activation. The number 11 represents twin strands of DNA. So for some people, this is a sign of DNA activation or an upgrade. Edgar Cayce, as I mentioned in a previous article, Edgar Cayce was quoted as saying, the first lesson for 6 months should be 1, 1, 1, oneness of God, oneness of man's relation, oneness of force, oneness of time, oneness of purpose, oneness in every effort, oneness, oneness. Edgar may have meant the first lesson for 6 months should be 1111. The Fibonacci sequence, the first 2 numbers of the Fibonacci sequence are 1, 1. The Fibonacci sequence is basically tied into sacred geometry and the golden ratio of creation. So this number would represent an end to physical reality as we know it. All about the 1111 global awareness. When you see 1111, you feel connected with the universe and everyone else who is currently experiencing this phenomenon. You completely understand what we are all one means. Make a wish. Many teens are playing this 1111 game without really even knowing the significance behind 1111. If they notice that it's 1111, they make a wish. It is possible that these children are indigos and 1111 represents an awakening code for them. In numerology, the number 11 is a master number and represents impractical idealism, visionary, refinement of ideals, intuition, revelation, artistic and inventive genius. Androgynous fame, refinement, fulfillment when working with a practical partner. Spiritual purpose. 1111 represents you an opportunity to reflect on your spiritual purpose for being here. Synchronicity. Your life has become total balance and the lesson you need to learn will appear before you. When the pupil is ready, the master appears. Wake up call 1111 signifies your spiritual awakening, as this number seems to be predominantly noticed by those who have begun their spiritual journeys. It may also be seen as a code to unlock your subconscious mind. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information on the 1111. Thank you for watching. Love and light. Mwah!